Investigator Huelsman has been picking and choosing what supports his theory, what supports his claims, what supports his suspicions, while leaving out the investigative work that he has done, which has actually proven those claims to be false. And he specifically alleged in his search warrant applications that he believed Alexander and Sharon Bishop had stolen this amount of gold from the Liberty safe on April 20th, 2018. This purchase order, Your Honor, very clearly shows, and this is just one example of our allegations in motion, Your Honor, but this purchase order very clearly shows that William Bishop was the vendor, the seller, not the buyer, and that this gold was shipped to Gainesville Coins, and that that transaction occurred on April 26, 2016. At the very least, Your Honor, Investigator Huelsman failed to include the date. I mean, even if he misread this, I find it very hard to believe anyone could misread all of those items I just explained to the court.
She's laid out a mistake to you, but there is no proof, no showing of bad faith. She has one purchase order that she's presented to the court, and she's relying on the testimony from yesterday, which shows no intentionality, no bad faith.
Sorry.
When did gold become relevant to the case?
Became relevant after a search warrant results from Alexander Bishop's cell phone search history.
And what did you find in that search history?
There were searches referencing the value of gold per ounce.
What do you know to be the situation regarding Williams' gold?
The situation I know is that when we first learned of the gold, there were 10 invoices in one purchase order. I had looked at the purchase order and the invoices, and there was the same amount of gold of just over 360 ounces of gold on both the invoices and the purchase order. I had assumed that purchase order was for the purchase of those 10 invoices.
When did you find out that you were incorrect about what that purchase order was?
I found out that I was incorrect after the arrest of Alexander Bishop.
What did you do after his arrest?
After his arrest, we executed a search warrant on the home of Sharon and Alexander Bishop.
And what did you find there?
Found an additional invoice for a purchase of gold of some sort.
And what was significant about that invoice?
That invoice was different from the 10 that were found in the office of William Bishop.
And what were your thoughts at that point upon finding that new invoice?
I had assumed that the 360 ounces was the only gold I was looking for. At that point, I reached out to the manufacturer of the gold in Florida.
And so, what did you learn from that conversation with the gold supplier?
From that conversation, I learned that William Bishop, in fact, purchased 360 ounces, or just shy of that, or just over that, of gold from this gold supplier, and then sold it back to them after, I can't remember that, some time had passed and he had sold the gold back. But also learned that there was additional gold purchase instead of more gold than the 360 ounces that I was originally looking for.
And so, do you recall about how much the additional amount of gold was?
It was right around 50 ounces, I believe.
Have you been able to determine where that additional 50 ounces of gold went?
No, it's still missing.